Hello, my name's Simon Jacobs. Welcome along to Adventures in Pop episode 60. Do subscribe, follow, all those things. It'd be lovely to have you along for the rest of the adventure, however long that goes on for. Today I'm going to pick up a couple of loose ends from last time where I asked you to give me some views about song A or song B. And I'm going to introduce you to a brand new song that I've just written in the last week or so in part of my occasional series of talking to you about songs I have just written. All right, where to start? Should we pick up from last time, episode 59? I did that slightly dangerous thing of saying to you, hey, there's two tracks, not quite sure which one is better. Can you help me out? There's A and there's B. A was called So Good, and B was called Half a Mile. Well, it was interesting. I did get some responses, and thank you very much indeed for responding, those of you who did. Now, I have to admit, most of the responses are people I know, rather than complete strangers. I'd have loved the complete strangers to be in touch, but it was mostly people I know, and I'm terribly grateful to those people. And there was, I have to say, a resounding winner. So Good, track A, got one vote, and I'm going to be a little bit, I'm going to be a little mysterious about how much the other one got, but it got lots and lots more votes than one. Maybe not hundreds or too many tens, but a clear winner. Half a Mile was the winner, and thank you very much for all of those of you who took the time to listen and give me a view. That was incredibly useful. And in fact, it was so useful that by the time a couple of people had said, oh, it's Half a Mile, obviously, and quite emphatically actually, I thought, of course they're right. Why am I even asking the question? So, it was one of those things where as soon as I start getting feedback, I'm kind of thinking, yes, of course, which is really useful and quite interesting, isn't it, in terms of what's going on in your head, where you think you've got to ask it in the first place. And I wonder if everyone had come back and said, oh, it's so good, definitely better than that, I'd have thought, of course it is. So I don't know how entirely gullible I am, but it seemed obvious as soon as I started getting that feedback. Isn't that interesting? Okay, in the last week or so, I've written a song which I'm going to share a bit of with you today, and it's a quick episode today, episode 60. Oh, by the way, do follow, subscribe, and all those things, because I always forget to ask, and I'd just love you to stay with me for the full, adventure, wherever it goes to, however long that is. So, episode 60, I've written a new song called Angry, and I want to just talk about Angry briefly. It just strikes me at the moment that if you turn on the radio, television, actually particularly the radio, when they have people kind of calling in, people across the country calling in on a subject that they're worked up about, it's happened a lot over the last few years. It shows no sign of dissipating, with COVID. I thought that after COVID, maybe we'd all be nicer and more tolerant, more patient, just give each other a little bit of latitude. But oh no, when you turn on the radio and you hear people getting stuck into something, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be politics, it could be Partygate, it could be the Prime Minister, it could be the leader of the opposition, it could be the Scottish Nationalists, it could be parking spaces for disabled people, it could be trans, it could be anything. People get unbelievably angry, and it's just a bit weird. So I suddenly found myself kind of writing the song about being angry, and about being angry in a very general sort of way about everything, because I think that's where people have got to. They're kind of wound up and ready to go at just about everything. And I think the culture war is a very sad kind of result of people just being generally angry about everything all the time. So it didn't take a great deal of imagination, really, to put myself into an angry person's point of view, an angry person's head, and just sort of, tell the story of being angry, just being generally angry about everything. So the words, let me share a few of the words with you. I'm angry when I wake up in the morning. So that's the opening line. So you're right in there straight away. There's no messing about. If you're angry, is there? I hate the sound of my alarm. I'm angry when I go to work. Don't tell me to stay calm and carry on. I don't care if this is wrong. Stay away is what you should do, or I'll take it out on you. Pretty angry words, aren't they? I'm angry before you even open your mouth to speak. I'm angry as hell 7 days a week, etc., etc. And then there's a bit that I've got a little bit later on, which I guess is kind of like the repetitive section, the little hook. And I can see they're laughing like a pack of wild hyenas at their crimes and misdemeanors, with their nannies and their cleaners. Do they think that I can't see? They're laughing right at me. So that's the kind of the hook. And then a little bit later, I do a rejoinder to that. I switch on my TV. I can see they're laughing. The plotters and the schemers, the liars and the dreamers, at their crimes and misdemeanors. They would take you to the cleaners, and I'm still angry. And the last line is that I'm still angry. Oh, I should add one thing about this song. This is something that I do really quite like doing, and I don't always do it on purpose, it just kind of happens. But as I've done in other songs, this is quite a jolly sounding song. You would think that with its kind of, kind of almost like a house beat, and it starts with a bit of Spanish guitar. It sounds quite upbeat, and I really like doing that thing. It's quite deceptive, which is to wrap up something that could be construed as quite dark in a nice, shiny, poppy tune. So I just want to point out that I kind of notice that sometimes after the song's complete, that I've done that thing again of making it sound like a nice sweet confection, and actually when you bite into it, it's hard and dark and a bit miserable. So that's a fun thing to play about with. I'm sure other songwriters do that all the time. I don't think I'm being unbelievably unique, but it's a fun thing to do, and it kind of catches people a little bit by surprise because they're lulled into a false sense of security and then hit with some, tough words. So I guess it's a bit sad that I even write a song like this, but it just came bubbling out, and I just think we're seeing it all the time. I thought that people would drive better after COVID, as COVID sort of starts to dissipate. I've got to be careful about talking about after COVID like it's completely gone, but you would have, going out in London the last couple of days, looks like everyone's completely gone back to where they were, except they're a little bit more angry. So I thought people would drive nicer. I thought people would be more tolerant. I thought people would be letting people out into the traffic. But oh no, there's an awful lot of cutting up, honking on horns, and being generally angry and very impatient, and like they're really worked up. It's like a coiled spring waiting to go at the slightest opportunity. I don't know what to do with that emotion. I just all I can maybe I can ask you, just be nice, a little bit nice, a little bit nice some of the time. You can be angry. I mean, angry sometimes, but not all the time. It's just very tiring, isn't it? So anyway, that's what this song is about. It's quite fun. Look, I should imagine that this song, if it makes it onto an album, it'd be quite a long way into the future, which is why it's worth talking about it now. And by the time it gets there, probably I'll have resung bits. There'll be some changes. So I will leave you with this track. And again, as I've done before, I'll just pop the words up and let you have a listen to what I've recently composed. I'm not saying it's changing the world, but it is a comment, I guess, rather like other political comments. It's a comment on just what it's like at the moment, what I'm seeing, what I'm noticing around in, happy old London. And I'm sure London's not the worst place. It's just everybody's a little bit angry. Now listen, next week on Friday, I think it's Friday the 13th of May, the second Goldhawk Foxes single is going to be out, and it's called Honest With Me. It's ever so good, and I will come back and talk to you a little bit about that track just before it comes out at the end of next week. So I'll be back in a few days. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'm going to leave you today with Angry. Bye-bye. sound of my alarm. I'm angry when I go to work. Don't tell me to stay calm and carry on. 'Cause I don't care if this is wrong. Stay away, that's what you should do, or I'll take it out on you. I'm angry before you open your mouth to speak. Oh, I'm angry as hell. 7 days a week I'm angry. Don't know why or what it's about. I'm angry, angry. But what's the point of whispering when I can shout? I'm angry. When I get home in the evening and switch on my TV, I can see them laughing like a pack of wild hyenas at the crimes and misdemeanors with their nannies and their cleaners. Do they think that I can't see? They're laughing right at me. I'm angry, so angry I could weep. Oh, I've been angry as hell, so angry I can't sleep. I'm angry, I'm angry, guess you can tell. I'm angry, angry. What's the point of whispering when I can yell? I went to the doctor, I said, prescribe me a pill. He said, no, my friend, you're not really ill. You're just angry, angry. You're just You're just angry when you wake up in the morning to the sound of your alarm. You need to try and stay calm and carry on, but I'm still angry when I get home in the evening and switch on my TV, and I can see they're laughing, the plotters and the schemers, the liars and the dreamers, at their crimes and misdemeanors. They would take you to the cleaners, and I'm still angry.